Destroyed Posad-Pokrovske, the village on the Mykolaiv-Kherson highway has been a shield for the southern cities since the beginning of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. The Russian invaders did not spare shells here. Now the streets are in ruins. This is all that is left of the village school. Before the full-scale invasion, about 3,000 people lived in Posad-Pokrovske. There are now less than 2 dozen left. A line of defense passed through the village, which held back the Russian troops and did not allow an offensive in the direction of Mykolaiv. All houses here are completely destroyed.
Until 22 shells were fired in our kindergarten there, they will not come down. Then, starting from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock, they are extinguished. And every day, how did I survive? Like a gopher. Do you know what a gopher is? Only he is in a mink, and I'm in the basement. Working in the garden, I look, the dogs run into basement. I throw the hoe and go there myself. It's like a dog's barometer. They feel better than humans, I'm serious. And so I was very lucky. I was wounded by shrapnel in the arm, but here the doctor was a military man. He pulled out a fragment, treated the wound.
The first months of a full-scale war, everyone who remained in the village survived thanks to their supplies. Then the soldiers helped. When it became warmer in the spring, people planted gardens under shelling.
I slaughtered a chicken. It was already old. There were eggs, a bucket of eggs a week. Wheat almost cackled by now, you know. And so the soldiers, I took a bucket of eggs to them. And they give us cereals, pasta, tea, canned food. We lived like kings for a whole week. Thanks to the soldiers, thanks to them. Until death I will not forget their kindness. I don't regret staying. 3 times I saved both neighbors' house and mine. They were on fire. They bombed on purpose in the evening in order to strike terror with these incendiary ones. It falls to the ground and burns. If you put it out, it burns even more. He knocked down these lighters in a row. What if I didn't was here?
Houses in the once prosperous village are now destroyed by shelling.
You can't say what's on my tongue. The street Deduha was the most beautiful. There were always flowers, people always cleaned up, there were trees, everything was beautiful, the street was friendly.
Victoria and her husband returned to their native village 2 weeks ago. The military took them out in early March. Now they are restoring their house damaged by Russian shelling. They say they were lucky, a whole room remained in a living condition. Buildings in the yard were less fortunate.
This was our kitchen, understand? There were pigs, geese, ducks, everything burned down. Yes, everything was on fire. We had a summer kitchen. The neighbor's house also burned down. Are there any houses left on the street? To be honest, if a few houses are left, then it's already good. But people are still going to come back. Even if the houses burned down, they still want to go home, because it is always better at home.
The warm southern winter has given time to prepare for frosts. The couple doesn't want to leave anymore.
All pipes are broken, nothing left. No electricity, no gas. We buy balloons. We collect water from the well. Neighbors, friends, acquaintances, in barrels. Something like this. We are not upset, everything is fine. The most important thing is that we are alive and well. Everything will be okay. We are still young. We will arrange everything.
Together with Victoria and her husband, a neighbor temporarily lives. He was less fortunate. His home is absolutely unsuitable for living.
What surprised are Persian carpets. Everything is broken, you don't know where to return.
Shell craters all over the yard. Among the ruins is a burned-out car. Everything has been acquired over the decades has been destroyed.
I am from Chernobyevka, but I lived here in Posad-Pokrovske for 40 years. 40 years, and 30 of them built it all by myself. Nobody was hired, nothing, all by myself. So it took 30 years to build. If there will be some help from the state, something will be given, then we will restore it. If they don't, we will pitch a tent here. There are no other options. No money, nothing.
You can walk around the village only on a few well-trodden roads. The sappers checked the main ones, in the surroundings a lot of shells.
Phosphorus was mostly on the Kherson side. That part of the village was sprinkled with phosphorus. There were Grad and Uragan launchers. Cassettes were flying keen. Tornadoes could hit. S-300. Everything you want. There is a huge arsenal here. You can find anything you want on the ground if you crawl around. They used howitzers, tanks.
The Ukrainian military firmly held their positions. The village has never been under occupation. Oleg volunteered from the first days of a full-scale war. He says that initially he helped the soldiers, now he delivers humanitarian aid to local residents.
No one here was ready for it. No food, no water. In order for the tank to enter the position to work, there was not even diesel fuel. The whole village collected diesel to a tank. Well, the capacity of the tank is 300 liters. In order for it to go out to work for 100 kilometers, 300 liters of diesel fuel. Collected from captured equipment, ammunition pulled out, brought to the guys.
After the liberation of Kherson, a peaceful life is gradually being established in Posad-Pokrovske. The locals are returning every day. Firewood and building materials are brought to the village council. Everything that is needed to restore the destroyed houses. People intend to spend the whole winter here. They are glad that they met the new year at home, without a Christmas tree and a festive table in almost destroyed but native houses. Reported by Serhiy Kulyas, Daria Utovchenko, UATV News.